All right. What's going on, guys? We are live with another UFL Fight Night. I am F the Manhunter. You can call me Frank. I'm here with Cause of Death, and we are about to watch our first fight. It looks like we've got Ali Creed against Micro Indonesian. And what we're looking at right now is GSP versus Maru Usman. We're going to see if that's what these guys lock in with. It's looking like we've got a pretty high ping issue there, but hopefully that doesn't become too much of a problem with the actual fight going on. I know that a lot of times it can look like the ping is really high, but it doesn't exactly affect the fight itself. It just happens a lot with location. I know that I myself am on the West Coast and I fought somebody from the UK this past week and we were sitting at like 250 ping. And it might have looked bad on the stream, but it wasn't bad once we actually got in the game playing. So hopefully we'll see another case of that here. Just waiting on both guys to lock in with their fighters and see if we're completely ready to get going here.
And it looks like they're just adjusting the audio settings here. But let's talk about our competitors here. We got Ali Creed versus Micronesian. And Micronesian actually has fought in the UFL before. And Ali Creed is making his debut. But upon looking at their gamer cards here, it looks like Ali Creed might have most of the credentials here going into this fight. And it looks like they're adjusting the sound settings right now, which is a good thing. Remember, you have to have commentary and in-game music at 0, because you obviously want to hear our beautiful voices and not theirs, you know?
Absolutely. I feel like we're doing a much better job than John Anik and DC ever could. Absolutely. I mean, why would you ever want to hear those guys who are actual paid professionals? You've got us instead.
Exactly. And it looks like they're ready to go here, so we're
We're just getting
gonna
the invite sent and everything started.
their settings are all good to go. 3 rounds accelerated clock, because we don't have time to have 6-hour long cards.
And cause refresh my memory, this fight it actually is taking place in the welterweight division, correct, or is it taking place in another division?
I believe it's taking place in the welterweight division. Let me just check it out here. Yes, I believe it's in the welterweight division. Yep, you are correct.
Okay. Now we're gonna see who both guys end up choosing. We're gonna see if it's actually the fight that we saw Hubbard or if it's gonna be something different. Waiting on both fighters to lock in with their selection. I know that can always be a difficult selection strategy. You know, you never know what your opponent's gonna want to pick, so you want to try to pick something to be advantageous to yourself while also keeping in mind somebody else's strengths and weaknesses. Looks like Ali Creed is sticking with GSP. It's never a bad choice. He's good at everything.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
there's no area of this game that he cannot shine. He seems to have gotten a nerf since 3. I know on 3 he was ridiculous to run into because oh well, it looks like we're not fighting him. This is actually a bantamweight matchup, and we've got Ali locking in with Henry
Oh, it
Cejudo.
looks like it is. Yeah, I'm getting word from the back that it is, in fact, bantamweight matchup. My mistake.
It happens. We all make mistakes.
Some
But
more
we've
than
got Henry
others.
Cejudo versus Aljamain Sterling. So I'm looking for this fight to go to the ground, or it's going to stay standing. We're going to see who's really got the advantage on the feet. I'm interested to see what both guys' strategies are. Sterling is better from the bottom, whereas Cejudo can do a lot of work on top. So we're going to see who's really got the advantage if and when it goes there.
Exactly. And it looks like we're in the Kumite for this first fight, and this is going to be exciting already.
Looks like Cejudo is the more aggressive one starting off, and immediately gets a knockdown of Sterling. He's definitely wanting to set a pace in this fight, and he's doing a good job starting it off. Sterling able to show some good head movements to get out of there. But Cejudo is pouring on the pressure. He finally takes a step back just to re-engage and go right back to it.
Wow, big exchanges in the pocket right now.
Definitely. Sterling's going to need to do something to try to get the momentum back in his favor because Cejudo seems to be all over him right now.
Beautiful combos by both fighters in there.
Yeah, this is really a great start by Ali Creed. He's taking a little bit of damage, but for the most part, he's showing Micronesian that he is here to fight and he is not going to back down. Interested to see how Micronesian counters and what offense he can look to set up himself.
And it's really interesting. Ali Creed's using Henry Cejudo, not known to be the most powerful striker, known more for wrestling, going up against Aljamain Sterling, who's definitely got the better kickboxing stats, in my opinion. What do you make of
I would
this?
say so, but Cejudo's definitely already got him backed up, already got 2 knockdowns. And like you said, it looks like he's making his shots the more effective ones at this time. He's able to get more damage off and able to keep himself out of danger for the most part. This is a very interesting use of Cejudo. You would think that this style would be more suited to like a Piotr Jan or maybe a TJ Dillashaw or Cody Garbrandt, somebody with a little bit heavier hands. But it's interesting to see Cejudo implementing this style and doing so well. He gets another rock on Sterling, and that's it. That's the fight. A huge head kick sits him down.
Henry Cejudo with the head kick, KO out of nowhere. Wow!
If you're Ali Creed, you have to be happy with that performance. He was able to make that, I'm not gonna say look easy, but he came in there, he asserted his will, he did what he wanted to do, and in the end, he's the one that gets his hand raised.
Let's see that again.
That was a great head kick, beautiful setup.
Oh, right on the chin. Perfect aim.
And he was, like I said, he was chasing damage all night. He was able to get in there. He was able to get big shots in on Sterling. He was able to keep out of the way of the return fire for the most part. He took a few shots, but he was able to do everything he wanted to do in that fight. Again, great performance by Ali Creed, and one that I know he's got to be happy with.
Oh, absolutely. And you go in 1-0 in the UFL like that, you're definitely making a statement with a KO as strong as that. A head kick
You definitely
KO.
are. You're showing that you belong to be here and that you deserve a decent fight your next time out. I'm interested to see what he's got coming up for us in the future.
Oh, absolutely. And I think our next fight is just about ready to go here. They're in the fighter selection screen. And
okay. We got That True Blue versus Jay Fan.
Right away here.
Looks like now this could be a very interesting matchup. This is the one we get, Jose Aldo versus Anthony Pettis, but we're gonna see if either of these guys want to switch or maybe they're playing the head game a little bit. Hopefully we can get some more high-level striking. I'm always a fan of seeing great strikers get in there and mix it up together. Speaking of great strikers, we see That True Blue moving over to Max Holloway instead of Jose Aldo. Is that gonna be the pick that he goes with? Max has and he is picking Max. Max has a lot of good weapons in this featherweight division. You don't reign over it as the champion for no reason, the way that Max did. He's got a lot of big kicks. His hands are ridiculously fast. Not a lot of power, only an 88 on the punch power on this game for Max, but the accuracy and the punch speed usually are more than enough to make up for it. We're going to see what J-Fan has, see if he's able to utilize a lot of Showtime's flashy kicks. There are a lot of good kicks in his arsenal, so you're never going to know what to expect from him. We're going to see how well he's able to mix it up and how well he's able to implement his own game plan against That True Blue and Max Holloway.
And absolutely. And these two guys, they're wanting to prove themselves in the UFL as well, so they can get that coveted ESFL PS4 competitor role that allows them to compete in the ESFL, the Esports Fight League. If you haven't heard of it, be sure to look up their Discord. We'll link it in the comments below. And these guys are fighting for an opportunity to fight in the biggest stage for UFC 4 esports competition.
I think that's what we're all looking for at the end of the day. Just really high level competition and good fights. Just a way to all better ourselves and move on to the next level. Right now we've got Pettis. He's opening up. He's being a bit more the aggressor. Holloway was starting to maybe try to find some rhythm, but it looks like Pettis is the one getting off to a bit of a quicker start, finding a little bit more success with his shots early on. Max is able to return fire though, both guys exchanging in the pocket.
absolutely. Beautiful leg kick right there. Into
Yeah,
a head
Pettis
kick
is
by
doing a good
Max.
job with these leg kicks. I think he's already landed 3 or 4.
Ooh, beautiful left hook counter.
Yeah, Holloway caught him nice with that left hook counter. Good body kick to get some space. Maybe he can reset.
He can't even get any pressure on his front leg anymore. He is beat up. That leg has
Pettis seeming, I'm not going to say hesitant to engage, but he looks like he's trying to set something up. More leg kicks landing. You got to wonder at what point Holloway's going to start to check those. A big overhand and left hook counter follow-up as well from Pettis.
Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down.
Holloway's trying to fire back with some kicks of his own. And it seems like Pettis is doing a good job of ending his kicks with ending his combinations rather with leg kicks. He's getting in there, mixing it up a little bit with the hands, and he's always throwing a leg kick whenever either he or Max is backing out of range. We're going to see how long it takes before those start to pay dividends, because those leg kicks are always a good investment. It always gives your opponent something else to think about.
Oh, absolutely. And you see, they're trying to keep their distance now, but exchanging hard in the pocket right here.
Good body shots by Holloway.
Big powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Some good return fire from Max. We're going to see if he can capitalize. Looks like he's trying to get out of range, but Pettis is staying stuck to him. More work with the leg kicks. Both guys landing.
Pettis' kick is blocked. All right, so he lands another jab now, just snapping that thing off, DC.
I believe that the jab was lost in mixed martial
It seems
arts.
like Pettis is doing a better job striking, where being more accurate, whereas Holloway is doing a lot of good work with the body kicks. We're going to see which one has more effect on the stamina, because Max might be missing a lot of shots, but he can be making up that gap with the body shots. Those will take a lot out of your tank.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, big right hook, but a whip. Second round, straight ahead.
Pettis consistent with the leg kicks. A very good even round one. A lot of good back and forth. I personally think I would have scored that one for Pettis. Cause, what did you see?
I would be comfortable entering him into a K1 level kickboxing competition. He's that good at finding and landing those kicks at will. He needs to continue to do this as the fight goes on.
Good look at some of the action on the replays. Some good kicks from both guys.
All right, DC, second
And
round.
a reminder to all the future fighters, make sure to turn off the commentary and in-game music as it drowns out our voice.
Sometimes it's very even, as we saw.
We've heard enough of DC over the years.
Pettis is rocked to start round two. Max comes out with a huge flurry to get things started. Pettis tries to get the rhythm back, but Max looks like he's trying to keep the pressure on, but both guys kind of staying at distance. Good exchange there in the pocket. We're going to see
nice
just to the
slip
extent
there.
that Pettis is, yeah, it wasn't. We're going to see the extent to which Pettis has recovered. Max is doing a lot of work to his block, and you know, whenever your block goes down, there's not a lot that you can do defensively. That's when you got to start trying to throw more head movement. Good back and forth scrap. That head kick could have been very dangerous for Pettis, but he was able to block it.
Nice body kick there.
Definitely. More good leg kicks. He was getting caught after he threw the second one, though. You got to wonder if he's trying to get out of range before he does that.
He's being busy, but it's also the timing and the
Both
accuracy
fighters
that's allowing
swinging
him to
in
land
the
so many
pocket.
attacks.
Both guys definitely looking to trade, get their damage off, and try to get out of there. But the other one's just not letting them get out of there scot-free.
And it's fights like this when it's just mano a mano that it becomes a war of attrition. Who can last? Who's
Exactly.
stronger?
These are the fun fights. Whose chin is going to crack first, or in this case, who's going to switch it up and go for a different aspect of the game. Max looks for a takedown and he gets it. He tries to posture up, but is denied. We're going to see if maybe taking things down would have been a mistake. J-Fan gets right back to his feet. Pettis doesn't want to be there. He wants to continue this stand-up war, and I think he's confident that his chin's going to last just a little bit longer than Max. So we're going to see what happens there. I do like the move from That True Blue to take the fight to the ground, though. You know, just kind of see a different look. See if you can hang down there on the ground with him. See if that's where you want to be. You know, sometimes you never know if you're going to find an advantage there until you look for it. So now we've got That True Blue rocked by a big head kick. And then he gets rocked himself by a right hand. Oh my goodness, this is back and forth. Pettis is on wobbly legs. He's backing up. He's trying to get out of range, but he's also firing back. He's trying to make sure that Max doesn't just run all over him. We're going to see if he can land something that can rock Max back, maybe even this round up, because this has been a very close back and forth round.
Oh, big
He gets
uppercut.
rocked again by a huge uppercut, and then he gets taken down. Now that takedown I'm not as big a fan of. You know, I like the one earlier just to kind of change things up, but now I feel like he was starting to find an advantage on the feet, and I don't know if I agree with the move of taking him down, but we'll see if it ends up being a detrimental one or a beneficial one. It's going to be neither, really, as J-Fan gets right back up to his feet. So the takedowns have been there, but the get-ups have been as well. So I'm very, very interested to see what happens in this third round, because I personally, on my scorecard, I've got this fight one apiece, but we'll see what the UFC 4 judges see. As we know, MMA judging has not been that great lately, but we'll see what we get. I've been enjoying this fight. This has been a lot of fun. Like I said, very back and forth. This fight could go either way. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing.
Very
Sorry,
little
go ahead.
ground game from both these fighters.
Yeah, it seems like as soon as the fight goes to the ground, J-Fan just tries to get it right back up to the ground. He hasn't taken it there, not back up to the feet, rather. He hasn't tried to take it to the ground himself, but he might want to look at going there because he's been rocked several times on the feet, but it's too late as a huge head kick drops him, and that's the end of this fight.
That's it.
Huge head kick from That True Blue and Max Holloway is what closes the book on this fight. That was an amazing back and forth war between both guys, but in the end, Max Holloway was able to last just a little bit longer. He was able to keep it going, keep the pressure on just a little bit stronger and a little bit longer, and then that was ultimately the difference.
And it still got through. Oh.
That's what happens whenever the block gets deteriorated, especially once you throw a lot of straights, you get them overcommitted to blocking to the front, and then you can go around on the side with the round kicks or the hooks or the overhands, and in that case, it was the big roundhouse kick that ended this fight.
Wow, and absolutely, these guys, they're fighting the hardest that they can to prove to everyone that they've got what it takes to fight in the ESFL. And it turns out that there can only be one winner, and that winner today is Dat True Blue.
Yeah, that's what happens, man. Those fights, you don't want to see anybody lose, because both guys really gave everything that they had, and they really did everything that they could. I mean, both guys tried to stick with their game plans. They tried to come in and make sure that they were the ones that were able to more effectively execute what they were after. And in the end, that True Blue, with the striking advantage, able to pull out the victory in the end.
Yeah,
He was doing in my opinion, a better job of mixing his martial arts, just making sure that everything, that the takedowns were being set up by the hand combinations. The hand combinations set up the kicks set up the takedowns. It's just everything working in concert. So good performances by both guys. Looking forward to seeing both of them again, future UFL competition.
and speaking of which, our next few fights coming up right now, looks like we got the fight ready to go in the fighter selection screen. Let's take a look here. We got Owlwise Gaming taking on Valianos 77, a late replacement actually, so it's a good opportunity for Valianos 77, who might I mention is level 66 compared to level 31 in Owlwise Gaming. I wonder if that will play a factor here today.
We'll see if it will. A lot of times you'll see a higher level, but it doesn't necessarily lend itself to a higher level gameplay. There are a lot of guys who are high level, but you don't know how much career they've played. You don't know how many quick fights they've done. You don't know, there's a lot that you might not know. Or on the other hand, maybe he spent that entire time grinding out ranked. He might be a certified killer by this point. We don't know. You're going to find out a lot in this fight. I personally believe that those short notice fights show you a lot about both guys. They show you, the skill of the guy stepping in the last minute. It shows that he's confident enough in his skills that he doesn't really need any preparation. It shows you a lot about the adaptability of the fighter whose opponent gets changed at the last minute. So I'm looking forward to see what we get out of both guys in this fight. I believe this is Al Wise's debut as well. So this will be an interesting, interesting clash of styles. We've got Max Holloway again versus Conor McGregor. So I'm assuming this one's going to be a stand-up fight, but who knows? We might get all the jiu-jitsu in the world this go around.
Oh,
You never know with these.
absolutely. And it looks like we're in the Kumite for this one. Conor McGregor versus
Love
Max
those.
Holloway, the rematch.
A rematch I would love to see in real life. I feel like their first fight was so long ago, we don't really know much, but Conor's starting this one off with some huge left hands, a good right hook, but Max is starting to look to set up some head movement, maybe see if he can make himself a little bit more difficult to hit.
Ooh, overhand by McGregor, that patented left overhand.
Yeah, they can't take that
KOs
left hand shot.
knocks him down
They
with
can't
that.
do it. Even a major chin like Max Holloway can get dropped like that.
that
Conor's
overhand.
hands are so lethal. Follows up the overhand with some good body shots, but Max is starting to fire back. Gets a good Superman punch and some hooks, but he
another
gets
one.
dropped again by the huge left hand, and then following it up with the body shot.
He just keeps hitting him with that left overhand. He's got no answer.
He's got none right now. Valianos is really pouring it on.
Even when he blocks it.
Al Wise able to get out of the way, maybe regain some space, see if he can get some of that head health back, and before he wants to go back in there and start trading again with McGregor. I'd be a little reticent to just, oh my goodness, he walks into a right hand and then some disrespect from Conor. He tries to clinch, but there's nobody
Goodness,
there.
These guys are pulling no, pardon the pun, punches when it comes to this fight.
Valianos is showing no love right now. He is all over this man. He's not letting him get the space to kick. He's getting out of the way whenever he tries to throw on the punch pressure. Right now, he is just swarming this man. He's got pressure for days, but it's intelligent pressure. He's not just walking in, letting his block get chewed up and then eating the counter shots to come. He's picking his shots. He's making them count. He's getting huge damage off, and he's staying out of the way of huge damage on the return. Just like that. Whenever you think that the block is broken and that Max can fire something back, Valianos is there with that huge overhand left, and he drops him again.
He has his number with that overhand. He's been landing it repeatedly in this first round.
If I'm Max, I would try to back up, maybe see if I can get some success going with the kicks, try a different approach at range. Or, as we saw in the last fight, go for some takedowns, mix some things in. Because right now, he's getting outstruck. There's no way around it.
And McGregor is all about timing, and right now he is absolutely
He's got it
timing him
perfectly. Oh my
with the
goodness,
taunt
he's got the
and
taunts and he can't do
KO.
anything about it. He gets
Oh!
dropped just at the 2.5 minute mark. A thorough domination from Conor
my
McGregor, if we're
goodness.
honest. That was a great fight from Valiano 77. He was all over Al Wise Gaming. There was just nothing to be done in that particular instance.
Oh my God, that just shows you how quickly it can end. I mean, he was landing that all night, but it was
Several
still
overhand
unexpected, out of nowhere. The overhand, perfectly timed, perfectly placed. Couldn't get any better than that.
Yeah, a beautiful performance. I mean, that's as good as you can ask for. He came in, he did what he wanted to, and he made it happen.
Oh, absolutely. Wow, we're already four fights in. 3 or 4 fights in, I think.
I believe that was our third.
We're 3 fights in already. Time is just
They've all gone by
flying
quickly. Yeah, I think have they all ended by knockout in the first? Or I could be wrong on that, but they all seem to have gone by so fast. These have been furious exchanges on both sides. Everybody so far looks like they have.
I don't know what happened to F the Manhunter here.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. There he is. What happened to you,
Okay.
buddy? You okay?
I don't know. I'm fine.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Sometimes the internet doesn't cooperate with us 100%, apparently.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that happens. I was just talking about how there was a lot of back and forth action. Everybody has really just come to fight. They've brought their A games, and everybody's really just trying to come in and establish their games, and they're trying to get off to hot starts, as we've seen a few tonight.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And going off that, we're gonna be right back. We're gonna go to a little intermission, and we're gonna get the fights ready, and we will be right back after this.
I've been moving through the city like a phantom in the opera of a dark caramel. Cleopatra moaning holy matrimony since I took her down in the cabana. Same time I'ma move up to Atlanta. I was in Miami trying to dodge the cameras. Niggas in a hood hole when it's drama. Niggas so dramatic from the toe that cannon or I let hose it. Hit like a thunder wave, I shape shift for 100 days. Still underrated, son, even if they tell me I'm top 5. Undebatable to even tell me I'm not I. Put this shit on my mama, all you niggas on about time. Cause shit I say cold, they told me to watch spines. Niggas be front saying they love me, that's all cap. You see where I'm headed, nigga, I know you want that. I know where your head is, I know when this is combat. You gon' be a Benedict, I'm betting it on wax. Cause niggas stay fool gazing. You making my mood crazy. You making me choose how I might move, what I might do lately. Oh, you made me my worst version. Makes sense why my words worsen. And maybe I should walk in your shoes, but I just see life through first person. No church sermons in the Serengeti, where niggas swearing that we never ready. Will I do anything that's necessary to be legendary? Nigga, February, back to February, nigga, no threat. It really ain't no threat, bitch. Nobody came close and I'm about to go ghost, but you really ain't know yet. You really ain't know yet. You really ain't know yet. Big bad wolf and I'm about to kill them all, but a nigga ain't OF. Okay, kill them like 13 assassins. Orlando, play with the magic, no camo. Shots with a basket, oh hell no. Me in a casket, in a suit for peace. Eulogies talking about war, peace. Screams, cries, faint, breach, wings, high, can't reach. If I'm walking on a cloud to the golden gates, then I hope that Jehovah gon' hold the place. Then I never gon' lie, say they stole my space, causing me to repeat as a whole new race. Oh no, be cremated, then reincarnated, cause earth I hate it for sure. Don't debate it, I get too faded, cause I ain't waiting for hope. Scopes under bright lights, sadness cause deep into my life. With that fuck shit, I'm making your timeline. On the front page, news is a highlight.
Alright, welcome back to UFL Fight Night 3. It looks like we might have our
fight.
next fight ready. It is B the Doing versus I'm Kinda White. And let's go over to them and see what's going on, shall we?
We shall.
So what do we got here?
It looks like we've got a fight in the featherweight division so far. I'm seeing Alexander Volkanovski versus Jose Aldo. We're gonna see if that's the fight that we actually get. If it is, expect a lot of leg kicks. Both these guys have very, very, very heavy leg kicks that they should both look to utilize. Those can do a lot of damage in not a lot of time. That is indeed the fight that we're gonna get. So we're gonna see how heavily these guys will lean on those kicks. If I'm Volkanovski, I'm going to look to do a bit of grappling as well, just to test him out down there, see if that's somewhere you want to stay, because I know Volkanovski's got crazy good top game as well as ground striking. Aldo's got a very nice bottom himself, so that might not be somewhere able to pin him down easily. It'll just be something we'll have to see. We'll find out in very short order.
Oh, absolutely, here we go. Touch gloves in the
That's
center.
touch of the gloves. Aldo starts off with a nice 1-2. Volkanovski returns, and he's the first to throw a leg kick.
Ooh, nice 1-2 into a takedown. Wow, right away.
Huge power takedown to start it off. It does indeed look like he wants to grapple, but Jose Aldo does a nice job getting back into the guard. Volkanovski postures up, starts looking to rain down some big damage. He gets some nice damage on the block. That's one thing about the ground and pound. You can do a lot of damage to your opponent's block in no time flat. And that can really help you out, especially early in the fight.
When he postures up, landing some ground and pound. Ooh.
Big shots to the body in there. Well, love to see it. I love to see people work the body.
Absolutely. Some good. Oh, wow.
Aldo gets him into a choke.
Here.
We're going to see how he is at getting out of these, but it doesn't look like he's in much danger. That escape bar is getting very big, very fast. He's doing a good job of staying out of Aldo's clutches, and he's able to pop out
Definitely
easily.
gets out with ease. However, he's still dangerous.
Gets back to the posture up. Doesn't get any damage off in that exchange, but I doubt he's going to look to have too many of those.
Oh, exactly.
Aldo's able to get back to his feet. We're going to see what we got from both guys on the feet.
And you know, Aldo's going to be looking for those massive leg kicks that he's so good at throwing.
He should. He definitely should be looking for them.
There's one right there.
There's one. Good uppercut to follow it.
Ooh, beautiful combo.
Volkanovski's starting to get loose with the hand.
Overhand with a hook lands for Aldo.
Able to catch the kick, throws a big hook afterwards, gets him in the clinch.
Big knees in the clinch.
Want to do some damage with those knees. A good hip toss.
Beautiful takedown.
Aldo's able to get into the full mount. This is an interesting change of pace.
Going for a submission, doesn't get it.
He's able to get back into the half guard in time. That was very close. And then he's able to sweep into the full guard position. So a situation that was looking pretty bad for Alexander Volkanovski is now looking advantageous. We're going to see if he can fully capitalize on this. He gets a good denial, gets into the half guard, lands some good ground and pound shots. He's able to get the denial and gets himself back into the full mount, and he postures up immediately. We're going to see what he can do right here. Good shots landing.
Oh, wow.
Aldo's trying to squirm and get his way out of there. He gives up his back, but he's out of the full mount, but Volkanovski's raining right hands down. Gets himself back into the half guard, but he doesn't have much stamina. Volkanovski's able to deny him and drain just a little bit more off that gas tank, throw into the body just to do even more damage to that gas tank. This is smart work by Volkanovski to end the round.
Wow, good round by both competitors here.
Definitely a very good round, but I personally am giving that one to Volkanovski. He was able to do more with the grappling, as well as I think he was able to slightly edge it out on the feet. It was very close on the feet, but I feel like the grappling was enough, in my opinion, to steal the round for him. But we never know what these judges see in the game, so, you know, if we get to that decision, we'll see that later.
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully. By the way these fighters are fighting, I don't think anyone here wants to take this fight to a decision.
Not at all, but sometimes you don't have that choice, especially opponents as tough as these guys are.
Oh yeah, we got the best of the UFL upcomers here in UFL Fight Night 3, where all the lower ranked competitors get a chance to, you know, enter the spotlight, if you will.
And if you will catch these uppercuts like Jose Aldo, you will also be rocked. He's able to get back and recover and try to throw something himself. Volkanovski is really having some success on the feet. Gets a good scramble out of the hip toss, and he's not going to be stepped down on the ground for long unless he chooses to be. But now he's rocked himself. Aldo's able to come land some big damage. He throws a 1-2-3. Gets some uppercuts in there, throwing some huge knees from the clinch. Aldo's really trying to find his groove now. But he gets taken right back down to the ground. A very smart, well-timed takedown by Volkanovski. Things are starting to shift in Jose Aldo's favor. He tries to get the sweep into side control, but it doesn't work. But he does get back to his feet. No problems there. Volkanovski shoots for another takedown, but does not get this one. Shoots for a front kick and misses. Aldo's trying to keep marching forward with that pressure that he found success with early in this round. Now he wants to take some steps back, gets some face in there, maybe less block build up, but he gets dropped. And that's the thing about this fight. Every time you see one look like they're starting to get some momentum, the other one has a huge shot or a huge takedown, and then we see some back and forth action. I'm really enjoying this pendulum of a fight. It's back and forth. It's up. It's down. We're getting some of everything here.
Oh, and I'm kind of white. He's dealing with a nasty cut right on his right eye, and you know that's gonna play a factor, especially if the doing wants to go for that.
And it looks like he does. He gets to the posture up and starts throwing some huge shots to the body, and
right on
also
that
a lot
cut
of left
again.
hands right to that cut. And one thing I'm keeping an eye on is Jose Aldo's stamina tank. He's losing a lot of, especially when we're able to as this fight goes on. Because it does look like we might see a third round. We're going to see just how much Aldo has left in the third round.
Unless he decides to deny him and go into the crucifix. Oh, this
Yeah,
could be
they
trouble
can end
for
the fight
Aldo
really
right now.
quickly. He's able to get out of it, but again, you look at that gas, you got to wonder how much this is doing. And now he's dropping some big shots as Volkanovski on Aldo from the backside control position. He's able to regain his wrist control as the round ends. A very, very good fight, really close, but I got to say that I'm giving Volkanovski that round as well.
I think so
But that
too,
one was
but you
very,
never know.
very close. You never know. Aldo landed some huge damage, got some good knockdowns, but once again, the striking was so razor thin that I think the grappling is what makes the difference, in my opinion. You know, again, I'm not one of the judges, but if I was scoring it, that's what I would be looking at. I would also be looking at those massive head kicks. Those are doing a lot of damage.
Oh,
And you
big
gotta wonder,
knockdown with
oh
uppercut.
man, a big knockdown with the
big
uppercut.
knees being fed right now.
But Aldo fires back with some uppercuts of his own. You got to wonder if he was trying to catch him going in for a takedown. He gets him in the clinch, some big knees up top. Volkanovski's able to get his space.
Oh,
And he goes for
wisely
another
going for a
takedown and gets
there.
it himself. That is very smart. Keep himself out of as much danger as he can.
Goes into full guard. He's trying to posture up. Aldo trying to escape.
He gets the
denied.
posture up and uses it smartly to pass into half guard. Just get himself in a better position there.
Oh,
Gets
good
back into the
scramble.
full guard. He's able to get these denials. He's able to work these. He's not letting Aldo get himself into a better position to either go for a submission or try to get back to his feet. He's doing a good job of keeping him in the full guard.
Oh,
And it seems like every time he gets past that guard, Aldo, he goes for an armbar here.
here's a joint
As I was saying,
submission.
it seems like every time he was trying to get out of the guard, Aldo was able to get him right back into it. And maybe this is why, so he could set up one of these submissions. But Volkanovski doesn't seem to have too hard of a time getting out of it. He's able to get that escape
Slips out
off
of
very
that, no
easily.
problem.
And Aldo's finally able to get back to his feet. He was trying very hard to get it, and now we're going to see what he's able to do with it.
Ooh, big kick. Oh,
You got to
big
think Jose is
overhand
looking
by
for a finish
Aldo.
right now.
They're going for it every time. He's timing that takedown well.
Great job by I'm Kinda White to be able to deny that takedown and land some good knees in the clinch.
As we get into the end of the third round here, the stamina discrepancy might play a factor.
You got to wonder just how much of an effect that's having, because
Oh,
you can still,
but as I say
I was
that, he
just
gets
about
a
to say, you can
big
still try
rock.
to swing and you can land something big as he does. He gets some huge shots
Gets
in
him
the
up against
clinch.
the fence in a judo toss.
Good judo toss. He goes for the knee on belly position. He gets it. He starts raining down, ground and pound.
No, that's it.
He stands up. He
That's
stands
not
up. You got to wonder if he was, if he didn't like his chances there. But it doesn't matter because Volkanovski says, no, I kind of like this fight on the ground. Let's go back there. He gets into the sprawl. Is Jose going to be able to sweep? He sweeps and he gets himself into the half guard. But Volkanovski is able to posture up, and you got to wonder if that was a mistake by I'm Kinda White.
Oh, big ground and pound.
the
He
mistake
gets a
was-
TKO.
Oh my goodness. A great performance by Alexander Volkanovski. Be the Doing did a great job there of really taking the fight where he wanted it to be. Anytime he saw danger, he adjusted. Just a good performance all around by this Alexander Volkanovski to make sure that the fight, as I said, was in the realm he wanted it to be when he wanted it to be there. So, there was a great effort by I'm Kinda White and Jose Aldo. He had good striking that he was working towards the end, but at the end of the day, the ground and pound and just the ground damage in general was a little bit too much for Aldo to be able to come back from. A good fight by both guys.
Oh, and absolutely. And these guys, like I said, plenty of times, they're here to prove themselves that they got what it takes to fight on the esports stage in the esports fight league.
Definitely, that's what they're looking for, a chance to show themselves ready for that next level of competition. And you know, some of these guys have shown that they might be ready to take that next step. I've seen a lot of good competition from a lot of, you know, very skilled opponents, some high level guys, and we're going to see more of that in the lightweight division, it looks like, with our next fight.
Which
Everybody
is
who's
actually coming up next. We have the fighters all ready to go here. So let's go ahead. If they're ready, we'll go ahead and switch to their feed here. Look, what do we got here?
looks like we've got Tony Ferguson versus Justin Gaethje. We've got almost David Spade picking Ferguson. We've got Freddie Wilson hovering on Gaethje. Both these guys look to be around the same level in the game. David Spade is level 28, whereas Wilson's level 22. So both guys have about the same amount of game time. There might be some slight discrepancies, but it shouldn't be too much of a difference. We'll see how that translates to both guys' skills. See who's used that time where. Almost David Spade does lock in with Tony Ferguson. Always a great pick. You know, Tony's one of those guys that can hurt you wherever. You know, if you decide to take him down, he's got all kinds of submissions. If you stand with him, he's got enough varied striking where you don't know what he's going to throw, when he's going to throw it. But Gaethje just has absolute get out of my way power. You know, I mean, one shot from Gaethje can change the fight entirely.
Oh yeah, and he doesn't care.
He doesn't. He can take so much damage and just keep walking forward, throwing those massive bombs on his wrists, and just do whatever he wants.
Looks like we're in the kumite for this one. A sign of respect from Freddie Wilson.
Does not get returned from David Spade. We'll see if it becomes personal. Both guys really just trying to find their range. Ferguson goes for a huge unorthodox flying knee to start it off, but he's not able to land it.
Some a la Ben Askren, Jorge Masvidal there.
He tried it.
Respecting
both guys
each other's
again just
space right now.
Exactly. Trying to find that distance. Just see, you know, where they want to strike from. Tony lands a nice head kick up top. Gaethje able to slip the front kick and throw some huge hooks behind it. I like that. Both guys just looking to see where that big shot is. You know, they both, but neither one wants to be overextended and get caught out in a position where they can get countered.
Oh, what happened here?
Yeah, the stream's getting a little laggy, but, you know, we're just adapting to it best we can.
Oh, beautiful front kick. Oh, here we go.
Huge front kick to the face.
I hope it lets us see it here. Looks like he's setting it up for a high kick. Wonder if we're going to see the aftermath of that, and we do.
And another head kick. I'm starting to get some feedback, but as he throws the head kick, looks like he gets rocked by Gaethje, who starts attacking the body whenever he has his opponent rocked. Ferguson goes for a takedown, is able to secure it. He's in side control here. Ferguson already looking to attack submission, but Freddie Wilson is wise to it, does not let him get either the anaconda nor the Peruvian necktie locked.
Going for a submission, denied. Going for it again. He gets out and sweeps him into backside.
Beautiful job on the ground by Freddie Wilson. Able to, is he going to take the back himself? He does. Flattens him out. We're going to see he's in a great position to do some ground and pound damage here. He might be able to lock in a rear naked. He's landing some huge bombs. Those are doing a lot to Tony's head health, and those can come in later into the fight. We're going to see just how much an effect they're going to have. Tony's got leg locks from the bottom in full mount, so that's something to keep an eye on, something very interesting.
Down. Oh, that's it!
It's not gonna matter if he just gets his head pounded into dust. Oh my goodness. He just gets into the full mount and rains down punishment on Tony Ferguson's head. There was nothing that could be done there. He was looking for the sweeps, he was looking for the head movement, but he was not able to find either. Gaethje was able to find his shots.
Again.
Lands it. Perfect.
If that's not a statement, I don't know what is.
Yeah, really, just a great statement by Freddie Wilson to show up on the UFL stage. land some big ground and pound, get a very decisive victory. That's a good job there. That's a good job by Freddie Wilson.
Absolutely. And going on, this was our co-main event, and we have our main event ready to go here. So let's check in with our main event here and see what we got going on.
Yeah, in the main event, we've got A. Salazar MMA fighting Rayhan. We've seen both of these guys in competition before. Rayhan actually, I believe, didn't he fight for the belt on the last UFL card?
He was a little bit shy of obtaining the belt, the ever elusive UFL belt, but he did put on a great performance against Zayaf, who is the current reigning UFL champion, 4-0. However,
Yes,
Rayhan did put on a good performance.
Now he's going to look to bounce back from that good performance and really, cement himself as somebody who should stay in the title picture. He's looking to, make a real statement, show here that, that title performance was just a fluke, and he's looking for something to add on, something to build on, something to further his name and make himself look better. He's hungry right now.
And that's not to downplay A. Salazar MMA too, because he is actually ranked number 13 in UFL rankings, and Rayhan just fought for the belt. He is at number 2. So the winner of this fight could be put into a title contention picture.
Definitely. If Salazar can pull this off, we're in the Kumite once again. It's kind of interesting how that plays out, the chances on that. But if Salazar is able to make something happen in this fight, then he's in a great position to, in turn, make a parlay for an even larger opportunity. He's able to get some good leg damage off in the beginning.
Oh, absolutely.
We're going to see GSP needs to
right away in this main event.
Yes, both guys trade in the pocket there.
It's 5-round main event. Judo toss by GSP right away. Gets
good
back
scramble
up
by Ferguson, though.
Does Aiden Salazar.
A little showmanship from Salazar. We're going to see how Rayhan reacts to that.
Beautiful body kick from Salazar MMA.
Tries to double up and go for the front kick to the head, but Rayhan's wise to it.
Beautiful
Able to land some good shots while he's throwing the kicks.
Hey, Salazar.
Yeah, that Tony Chin is something to be reckoned with. Rayhan does a great job of staying on the feet. Good turning back kick there from GSP, but a good return sequence from Ferguson as well. Good slip by Ferguson. Oh, but a good spinning heel kick by GSP.
Ooh, big spinning back kick to the body.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it landed, though. It looked like Ferguson was able to get out of the way, but we're not entirely sure. Either way, a great effort, good timing on it. Oh, wow, a really nice trip. Tony Ferguson, beautiful takedown. Trying to land some damage here. He postures up. St. Pierre able to get him back down. He tries to go for the full guard sweep, but it is denied. Ferguson with some good ground and pound damage. GSP is going to need the block and pull him back down. He does so, but Ferguson was able to do a lot of good damage there from the top position. Some good punches from the bottom there while he looks to advance position. He gets denied whenever he's trying to go for the back. Ferguson not going to miss his opportunity. He postures up, starts trying to throw some more shots.
And they're looking for that finish right away.
He's definitely looking for that finish right away. It looks like Rayhan is a little uncomfortable from the bottom, especially once he gets that posture up. Oh, but he's able to switch that and get to the top position, so I guess he's not going to have to worry about it too much.
Oh, absolutely. Into rubber guard is Tony Ferguson.
Now, GSP is really going to need to be careful here. Tony's able to flip position, gets into the full mount. Beautiful sweep from the rubber guard. GSP pops a hip out. He's in half guard, but he's taking some huge damage from the bottom. These posture up shots are not his friend. and he's well. I mean, oh, there's the end of the round. He's got to do a better job of blocking whenever he gets on the bottom position like that, because if he blocks, he can pull him down. But if he keeps trying to go for, the sways and the posts, then Tony's just going to be able to continue to rain that damage down unchecked. And, if you have to take one or two of those shots to your block, I'd say that's a better option than taking 3 or 4 or 5 of them to the head unanswered. So,
Oh, absolutely. I know for a fact I would rather take shots to anywhere else but the head.
exactly. Take the shots to your block. I mean, it
That
might not.
spinning
That's a
back
great
kick
spinning back.
again.
Great front kick by Tony on the return, but GSP is getting good, getting going with the 1-2s. Just too close to get a good torque on that spinning back kick there. Looks for the hooks. He finds one of them.
Oh my god, these guys are just swinging.
They're just standing on a napkin and throwing at each other, and I love to see it.
Spinning back kick. That's going to play a huge role in the fight going forward if this goes the distance.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of good work with that spinning back kick. And it doesn't take many of those to change the complexion of a fight.
Oh no, those hurts. A heel to the body. I can tell you firsthand that really, really hurts.
Not fun, but neither is taking the punch to the face, and a huge spinning back kick drops him. GSP gets a little bit of a taunt before he dives on him to try to finish this fight. Ferguson's able to sweep and keep this thing going just a little bit longer. That was a humongous spinning back kick that he landed after getting a good rock to the head, and now he's going to let him know about it. And Salazar is trying to taunt back, but I don't know if that's what you want to do in this position, especially whenever this can happen on the other side of that. And the stream looks like it's cutting out. What happened?
Oh my god.
Don't tell me.
Did he quit? No,
He didn't.
quit.
Bro, he couldn't have.
No.
Okay, no, he
there
didn't.
we
He
go.
didn't. Okay. Things got a little shaky there. We were wondering about the sportsmanship, but he gets knocked right back down. Oh my goodness. And you gotta wonder, obviously there's always a puncher's chance, but at this point, GSP looks like he might have something in the bag. You gotta wonder at what point when you stop taunting and start looking for the finish. Because if you don't, and you take too long to, celebrate your glory before it happens, you might end up looking sad. I mean,
Exactly.
this is a game you cannot play with your food at all.
Especially
You're one
with
shot
the
away.
leg going on right now.
Exactly.
Beautiful kick into ground and pound. He could
And
finish
this
it
might
here,
be the
and he
GSP finishes
does.
it, and he does. That's it. A great performance by Rayhan. Great performance by Rayhan, showing that he is definitely, still at the upper echelon of these UFL rankings, showing that he deserves his spot up there towards the top. Just a great performance. He did great work with the ground and pound. Once he was able to set the groundwork with the ground and pound, he was able to get his offense really going and, get some separation from Ferguson. You could say his offense went from the ground up. He was just building on it the entire time. And, it ended with a great flurry on the feet, followed by some solid ground and pound to put a stamp on this performance.
Absolutely, and what a great card we've had thus far.
Definitely. There were a lot of really good back and forth exchanges. There was some some one-sided fights. There was a little bit of everything. We got some grappling exchanges. We had lots of good stand-up, and it was a fun card. I'm looking forward to seeing what we get on the next one. Just seeing where these fighters go from here. The ones who are on the upward trajectory, I'm looking to see what their fights hold in store whenever they get that next step up in competition. I'm looking to see the guys who weren't as fortunate tonight. I'm looking to see what adjustments they make and how they bounce back going forward. There's a lot of good that we saw here, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it evolves into later on down the road.
Oh, absolutely, and not to mention the fact that this is only a fight night card, and none of these fights went to decision. UFL fighters are no joke. We might be the precursor league to the Esports Fight League, but all these fighters are hungry for gold. They want to prove themselves, and they're not gonna play with their food very much. But I mean, as you could see here, there were some people that did. However, they still finished the fight. But you gotta be careful with that sometimes, because there are times on the biggest stage where you taunt and you get knocked out, and I mean, everyone
Looks
knows what
sad.
happens when that occurs. Never a good time.
But man, definitely a lot of fun on this card, and like you said, a lot of great talent on the uprise. You know, there were some excellent performances. I'm looking forward to maybe fighting one or two of these guys on this card, just kind of see, you know, what I can make happen. There was a lot going on here tonight, and a lot of good information that we're going to need to take in and digest. Really, kind of see what the next steps for these fighters are. Um, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And if you were interested in any of the fight cards, you can join any fight card you want if you hit up our Discord. We will put it in the description once the live stream publishes. But for now, I have been Cause of Death. This has been F the Man Hunter, and we will see you on the next night of fights.
Take it easy.
I broke the law in Madrid, and I'll do it again.